All right, y'all. It is 1:40 a.m. Sunday morning, February 22nd, right? And I'm going in the gym. I just made it to the gym. But before I go in there, I want to tell y'all a little bit about what I'm going to do, because a lot of times I do my voiceovers and they got copyrighted music in there, so I have to mute it and then voice over. But a lot of times when I do that, I forget to tell y'all exactly what the plan is, all right? So I'm going to give y'all a gist of it before I go in there. So the plan is squatting every day, but not the way that I did it before. The way that I did it before is a great way of doing it for me. And the reason I'm not doing it because I decided not to like go like that every day. I did like 100 days almost last time. I did like 90 something days. Something happened, and long story short, I failed to do 100, right? But it helped me out a lot. It brought me back to my mid 300s on squat, right? And I lost it again. So why did I lose it again? Because squat is one of the movements, especially for me, if you don't use it, you will lose it, right? So what am I going to do to combat that and come back is I'm going to take my time, slow and steady, build my way back up. I'm going to do 5 pounds extra each workout, right? I'm not going to go too heavy. I'm not even doing too many reps. I'm just going to go through the motions, see what I'm comfortable with, and do 5 more pounds next workout. And I'm going to squat every day. Not every day. Every workout day. So if I work out today, if I work out tomorrow, whatever I'm doing that day, if it's back day, chest day, if I'm doing deadlifts, whatever it is, I'm going to start off with squats, and then I'm going to do that, all right? And I'm not going too crazy on squats. I'm not burning myself out on squats. I'm just getting back into the motion, all right? And so I did 275 yesterday. So today I got to do 280. That's it. So let's go in there. So watch the video, see what else I do, like the video, subscribe to the channel. All right, so I'll start off by setting up my area. That's the most important thing to do. Making sure the safety things that catch you if you fail, making sure they're low enough to where I can squat with depth. All right, I'm gonna show y'all what depth is for those who don't know. That means going down, not doing half, quarter, cheating squats, right? All right, so I'll set up the bar, making sure this is a little too high. If I'm doing high bar squats, this is perfect. You want to be able to explode and unload, right? And step back without hitting the racks. All right, so I'm not hitting the racks, but I'm not doing high bar squat. I do low bar squat. So I set these racks a little bit, the hooks a little bit lower, right? A little bit lower than my shoulder, right? Because I want to be able to use my legs instead of tiptoeing out of the rack. You don't want to tiptoe out of the rack and you got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds on there, right? So you need to practice that now before you even get to that amount of weight. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even like that bar, so I switch bars. I'm very particular with the things I use. Does it really matter? Not much. This bar is kind of in my way, but I want to show y'all what low bar squats mean. The bar is placed a lot lower on my back, on my shelf, right? So, and then I make sure I can be able to rack it and unrack it without bumping into the rack, all right? Because when you got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pounds, which I'm not gonna do, on the bar, you don't want to be crashing into those racks. That can actually get you hurt, all right? So, you got to pay attention to these things. The small things add up to bigger things the more weight you put on the bar. I tell people it's just like a car crash. If you crash at 1 mile an hour, maybe nothing's gonna happen. But you crash at 200 miles an hour, what's gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? Same thing with weight. If you are doing things wrong with 45 pounds compared to 345 pounds, eh, you know what I'm saying? So I went ahead and put some weight on the bar, 45 pound on each side, 45-pound bar. So that's 45 times 3 because the bar does count for beginners, you know what I'm saying? For everybody, I'm just saying for beginners who don't understand that, you be cheating yourself out of weight. And I'm also filming from the side, all right? So this is 135 pounds, warming up. I'm not going for no crazy heavyweight, like I said, but I noticed that I did 2 mistakes, right? I left my belt in the car. And the other thing was, it took me a long time to start squatting because the area that I'm filming at, the squat rack next to me, somebody else took that squat rack before I got a chance to get to my squat rack. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I had a little conversation with a little homie, with a homie, not a little homie, but a homie. And we only talked for a little quick minute before I started squatting, which is cool. But somebody took my spot, right? And I cleared my lens. If y'all can't tell, the quality is a little bit better. A lot of times you have bad quality on your video. Wipe your lens, man. That's the first thing you try. Everybody try to get a new camera or whatever, which I do still need. I added 50 more pounds to the bar. This is 185 pounds. This is like a little over 10 pounds heavier than I am. I crashed into the rack right there. It kind of shook me a little bit, but it's just 185 pounds on the bar, right? So I went to 225 plus 10 on each side. That's 245, right? 245 pounds. I'm doing singles. I decided to do singles. I was going to do more reps than that. Every time you see somebody do a single, a lot of people think you're maxing. No, I'm not maxing. It's just a little heavier than it should be because, like I say, I'm bringing my squat back yet again. I've done that 1,000 and some times, right? So, 275. That's what I did yesterday. So I got to go 5 pounds up. So I threw 5 more pounds on there. 2.5 on each side. This makes it 280. The gym is empty, which is great for me because people be talking. They ask you, what are you doing? They'll touch you if you don't got your guard up. So I put it on the bar. I went for it, and I decided not to do it because it just was kind of scary. Now, if I had my belt with me, this would have been easy. For me, a belt adds like 40 pounds to my squat. And I didn't fail. I just was like, nah, save it for another day, man. Comment, like, subscribe, and share. Holla back at your boy.